God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. So before we go on in this one, let's take a little time to meditate on this idea of God being our refuge and strength, and especially strength. We've talked about refuge some already in this series. Think about the ways that you need God to be strengthening you today, and ask him for his encouragement and his help in those areas. I love how in John, Jesus tells us, apart from me, you can do nothing. And it's something that is sometimes easy for us to forget when things are going okay, but that all the energy that we have to even do our most mundane tasks comes from the Lord. So be thanking him for the strength that you do have, and then be thinking about areas where you could use more strength. Maybe you're tired or stressed, or you have a lot on your plate. Maybe you just don't like this thought of spinning your wheels but not really getting anywhere, whether that's with jobs or housework or kid raising or whatever it might be. Without God's touch, everything we do is worthless. And so let's be praying and inviting God into all of the things that we're going to be doing throughout our day and throughout our week, not only asking him to give us the strength for those things, but also to make them count for eternity. And says, therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. So I want you to be thinking about things that have been making you afraid lately, or if not actually afraid, then just stress, some of the anxieties that you might have, and be confessing those to God. I know sometimes when I go through those really bad, what ifs and the worst case scenarios, I think of that as God's way of either showing me what he has already protected me from, or putting things in my mind that I can pray that they wouldn't happen. So instead of worrying about all the bad things that might happen, use those fears even as a springboard for your prayers and pray against them. It says, we will not fear though the earth give way, the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. So sometimes it feels like the world is literally or figuratively crashing in around us. And I don't know if you're in one of those areas today. If you are, just know that God is with you and be praying that he would show you the refuge that he's talking about here. And if you're not, I'm sure that you can be thinking of people who are going through times like that. So use this also as an opportunity to be praying for them. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. And this reminds me of the passage in Isaiah where it talks about burning their swords and things, or using them for planting. And I don't have the exact quote, but just this whole idea of instead of all these wars, we're going to be focused on growth. And that's a great picture of what the kingdom of God can look like. And sometimes we're really fatalistic and we say, oh, well, God says that things are going to get worse before they get better. So, there's wars and rumors of wars and nothing we can do about it. But on the other hand, we're also told to pray, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And we know that heaven is a place of prosperity and peace and abundance. And so it's not wrong for us to be praying for those things to be here on earth, that wars would cease, not just in heaven, but in our day and age, we can be praying for that. And then I'm sure you're familiar with this next part, or at least I'm guessing you are, if you've been in church for a while. It says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. And so often we think of this passage as just that quietness that we need in our hearts, but we can also think about it in terms of these wars and everything else, that no matter what's going on, we can be still. So whether you're maybe feeling like you're at war with life or with other individuals, or with just stress in general, or you're just feeling heavy because of everything that's going on a global level, be still before the Lord. It's his power that's going to bring this kingdom of peace, and he is the one who can do that. And we will talk to you next time.